Hi guys,
Hi.
we are in Arkansas. We're in Gulfa Gorge. It's at Hot Springs National Park. Today we're going to go through the park and show you some things. It's the smallest national park. I was looking for hot springs. I wanted in nature, hole in the ground kind of hot springs. And I came across Hot Springs National Park. So I never even checked it out. I was so sure it was what I wanted it to be. Where are we?
Gopher Gorge Campground in Hot Springs National Park, Arkansas.
And we can finally have a charcoal barbecue. Isn't this place beautiful? And listen to the birds. Oh, this made me so sad. Slacklining. Our son used to do this when he was in college, a long time ago. I don't think I will ever lose my fascination with fireflies.
And we're going to Hot Springs City right now. We're going to show you some really old bathhouses.
Beautiful. Al Capone used to come here to feel better.
So it's a little waterfall into a pond. What's the big deal about that? This water is 140 degrees Fahrenheit. It's coming from underground, and it's taken 4,000 years to get here. Quite fascinating. From its Native American roots, Hot Springs became the destination spa center in the 1930s. Wealthy and important people came to have their ailments treated and wellness services at what became known as Bathhouse Row. It also became a haunt for Al Capone and other gangsters of that era who brought illegal gambling and free-flowing booze during Prohibition. Lamar Bathhouse was first built in 1889, but later destroyed by fire, and then rebuilt in 1923. It now is the National Park's administration building and gift shop.
Buckstaff was built in 1912 and is still in use today. We were excited to enjoy a spa experience here, but it was over 100 degrees, and the last thing we wanted to do on this day was climb into hot water. We did enjoy a moment on the porch, watching the tourists go by.
Ozark Bathhouse was built in 1922, and it's smaller than its competitors in the row. It was designed to have less frills and be more affordable for middle-class guests. It closed in 1977, and today the Ozark houses the Hot Springs National Park Cultural Center. The center features gallery spaces for displaying artwork from local artists.
Quapaw Baths originally opened in 1922, but closed several times. In 2007, it reopened as a spa and still offers services. We tried to look at it, but it was closed because the air conditioning had broken. They did let me in to see their magnificent pools.
Hale Bathhouse, like many of the bathhouses in the area, was originally a wood structure, but they found that the wood retained mold and other unsanitary things, so when it burned down in 1892, it was built in its current brick form. It's the oldest building on the Bathhouse Row. This bathhouse was connected to a thermal cave, which was carved out of the mountainside and used as a hot room. It was rediscovered during a 1993 drainage project and is now a federally protected archaeological site. But today, the Hale Bathhouse operates as a historic boutique hotel.
Superior Bathhouse was the newest addition to the row and offered superior service at an affordable price. It was the longest serving bathhouse until it closed in 1983. Today, it is home to a brew house. Interestingly, it is the only brew house in a national park. It is a brew house that uses the health-promoting hot springs to create their product. Isn't it ironic that a city that fought so hard against Prohibition contains the only brew house in a national park?
Even the parking structure resembles a bathhouse.
Fordyce Bathhouse was originally built in 1922 and is the largest on Bathhouse Row. It is also beautiful. It was closed in 1962 and restored to its current form as a wonderful and interesting museum. Here are some of the exhibits. I don't like that.
The Fordyce entryway was beautiful. With its marble floors and fountains, it's known for its stained glass too. And if you were unable to take the stairs, well, they had an elevator.
Ladies were the predominant visitors to the bathhouses, but their bath halls paled in comparison to the men's sumptuous facilities.
Take a note of the bathtub. It's an individual rather than the communal spa pools we have today.
The steam cabinets were thought to be beneficial treatment for rheumatism, advanced syphilis, jaundice, and obesity. Hydrotherapy was introduced using needle showers. High-powered jets of water massaged the organs and was considered particularly good for the liver. Gotta watch the booze, boys.
Although many African American bath attendants worked in luxurious surroundings, harsh segregation laws at the time prevented them from enjoying the services of where they worked. Things began to change in the 1950s when they hired a bright new chiropodist, Dr. Timothy Leroy Bottoms. Experimental therapy and fascinating machinery were used as treatments in bathhouses, with more than a little showmanship, I might add. Devices such as abdominal massage, hip swivelers, and back stretching devices helped to relieve constipation, aid digestion, and strengthen muscles. Luxury bathhouse or torture chamber? Other gadgets like infrared lamps, electric therapy, and massages were all part of the bathhouse experience.
I taught electrotherapy with machines that looked very similar to these in the 1980s. Wow.
This state-of-the-art gymnasium was only for the male guests to exercise in.
And women, being the delicate creatures that we are, were given the opportunity to purchase a small room for resting while the men worked out in the gym. Of course, after a day at the spa, the ladies had to go to the salon. Here is some of the equipment that was used. What to wear while bathing and socializing at the bathhouses had its unspoken rules. Check these out.
At the end of the day, happy spa goers would meet in the assembly room. But of course, it was separated into men's area and the ladies' area. And just look at the beautiful spa roof. So let's sum this up. Hot Springs is the smallest national park. It's the only national park that includes the city, and it is the only national park that has a brew house in it. All in all, this is one fascinating place.
Bathhouse Row is only one piece of the colorful history of Hot Springs. It had a large gangster population that brought in gambling and speakeasy and flaunted illegal behavior. Many of the stores and museums carry souvenirs of this history for the tourists. Illegal gambling was finally brought under control in the 1960s.
Al Capone wasn't the only famous figure in Hot Springs. A young Bill Clinton, our future 42nd president, lived here until he went to college.
Well, that's it for Arkansas. Boy, have we had some surprises in this state. Hot Springs just blew our mind. We had no idea. And next up is Alabama. Denise wanted to put it in this movie, but no, there's so much more. There's great surprises in that too. So stay with us.
Hey, thanks for watching. And if you like our videos, please press the subscribe button.